In optics, illusions are unreal visual sensations left in the mind when observing certain special images. At this time, the information collected from the eyes is processed by the brain to produce perceptions that do not match real objects. Optical illusions show that when the human brain perceives images, it can use certain assumptions to speed up the information processing process but are not consistent with reality. Here are 25 famous optical illusions in the world that will make you extremely surprised. Rotating ring illusion. The two circles in this image are completely motionless. If you look straight at the dot in the middle and move your eyes away from the screen, the two circles will start to rotate. You return your eyes to their original position, you will see the two circles rotate in reverse. Hermann grid illusion. This is an illusion named after Ludimar Hermann, who discovered it in 1870. At the point where the white lines intersect, our eyes perceive a gray color, two gray spots. If you look directly at one of the intersections, the gray spots disappear. Fade out illusion. Stare at the image for about half a minute without moving your eyes and you will see it gradually disappear. This is a variation of the Troxler effect, which makes it seem as if static objects in your line of sight will disappear. If you look at them for too long, the blinking activity of your eyes will prevent this from happening. Kanziza triangle. The Kanziza triangle is named after the psychologist Gaetano Canizza, who first described its effect. When you look at images, your brain creates outlines of a triangle. Although it does not exist in reality, it is an illusion created by the angles. Blivet illusion. This is a fairly famous illusion of an imaginary object. It has two rectangular bodies at one end, but the other end turns into three cylinder bodies. Monster illusion. This picture is found in almost all psychology textbooks in the world. The two monsters in this illusion are the same size. Your brain automatically adjusts the image it receives that the one in the distance is taller than the one near. Jastrow illusion. Named after Joseph Jastrow. In 1889, the image B below appears larger, although both are the same size. This is because the short side of image A meets the longer side of image B, giving the viewer an illusion of size. Fraser. Spiral. First described by British psychologist James Fraser in 1908. It is also known as the false spiral. Although it looks like a spiral winding inwards to infinity, the image is actually a series of concentric circles. Sparkling grid illusion. This is a variation of the Hermann grid illusion. When you move your eyes across this special grid, you will see black dots appearing and disappearing at the intersections, but in reality all of those dots are white. Interestingly, if you tilt your head at a 45-degree angle, you will almost completely lose the black dots. Green and blue illusion. If you think you see two colors, green and blue, you are wrong, because the continuous arrangement of the color bars makes us think there are two colors, green and blue. Penos triangle. The Penos triangle is a famous illusion first created by Oskar Reuterswärd, a Swedish artist. Later, this illusion was developed by the mathematician Penos and is called the impossible triangle. Harrowing illusion. Do you see the two red lines bending? In fact, these two red lines are parallel to each other. It is the spoke-shaped lines that seem to attract our vision, giving our eyes the feeling that they are moving towards a central peak. In other words, our eyes are looking at the radiation lines in depth, creating the feeling that they are moving, causing the two parallel lines to bend. This Hering illusion is named after the German physicist Carl Ewald Constantin Hering. Ebbinghaus illusion. When you look at the picture, you will probably say that the orange circle on the left is much smaller than the circle on the right, but in fact they are the same size. The reason is that the size and distance of the circles next to the center circle has tricked the brain into thinking about the size and width of the two orange circles. Wooden block magic. Another impossible object, but this time it is in the position of two wooden blocks. Look closely. Are these two wooden blocks next to each other, or are they on top of each other? Spinning ball illusion. Created by web designer Nobuyuki Kayahara, some people see the dancer spinning clockwise, while others see it spinning counterclockwise. Up and down illusion. The cylinders are clearly moving up and down at the same position, but our brains are convinced that they are moving to the right. Do you see it? rotating square illusion. It's hard to see at first. If you glance at the picture, you will see the squares on the outside start to rotate. But when your eyes stop moving and look at a point, the movement stops. Static motion illusion. This is not a moving image but a truly stationary image. Do you think the picture is moving even though it is still? If you look at a point, the movement stops. This illusion is created by contrasting colors and the distance from the point in the picture. Café illusion. You may see these as black and white lines that are skewed towards each other. But in fact they are parallel lines. This illusion was discovered by British psychologist Richard Gregory when she accidentally saw a wall in a cafe in Bristol. Scientists have proven that the distance between the tiles and the rows of bricks and the contrast between the two black and white colors are the reasons for this phenomenon. Multidimensional chair. This special chair is designed with many extra details on both sides of the chair that are not completely symmetrical like other chairs. Due to the clever use of hidden viewing angles, the extra parts cover the real details of the chair, along with the fact that the brain is too familiar with the image of a normal chair, creating a false feeling about the sitting direction of the chair. Color change illusion. The color illusion, first discovered by Professor Edward Adelson, he proved that the brain is easily fooled by the colors in the shade. His experiment showed that it is very difficult for people to perceive small changes in the contrast of a color in the shade, like the gray in the picture above. So the brain is forced to judge, and the simplest way is to make us think that the paper is the same color as the surrounding color. Zollner illusion. This illusion is named after its discoverer, Johann Carl Friedrich Zollner. In the picture, we see countless short horizontal lines that make us think that the longer lines tend to intersect at some point. In fact, they do not intersect, but are parallel to each other. Floating stair illusion. At first glance, it looks like the stairs are floating in the air, but this is just a work of art.